Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar, getting all psychedelic and weird with this new fur coat by Orange Amplifiers. Tell you all about this pedal after I tell you about how recording it. Couldn't be easier. This is my 54 Les Paul, and it's basically stock. It's got a different bridge, but that's it. And I'm just running straight into this bad boy, powering it with a Voodoo Labs pedal power. We're running into a Fender Supersonic amp in the clean channel. We've got the bass down a tiny bit, because there's tons of bottom end in this and it might make the thing explode if it's turned up any louder. We're miking that with a Royer R121 mic, and that's going in an Apogee Quartet and a Pro Tools. So basically, Les Paul, fuzz, amp, mic, Pro Tools, the world. The orange fur coat fuzz is based loosely on the Foxx Tone Machine, but not satisfied with just doing a reproduction, they made a lot of improvements on that original pedal. And why don't I get into those right now? Let's start with just the basic ingredients. Right here you have volume. Over here is fuzz. Obviously, those are pretty clear. EQ, which is really important. Some fuzzes do not have EQs, and you'll find that they get kind of that ice pick in the eardrum high end. So you can kind of bring that out or bring it in, whatever you like. And then this happy little fellow is the octave, which lets you control how much of the octave you want. And this is an on-off for the octave. And I'm told when the octave is engaged, if you look right there at the LED, there is a reddish tint to it. Now, true story, I'm colorblind and I don't really see it, the change. So some of you in R&D might consider that maybe not a problem. I guess it's a small percentage of people, but I hear it more than I see it. Anyway, it's a cool feature. There's an indicator. It just doesn't really indicate for me. Here's my bass tone with it off. Nothing wrong with that, but a bit anemic compared to the nastiness this thing unleashes. Now, when we came in, I had the EQ down a little bit and the fuzz at a very modest, like, what is that, 9 o'clock? And the volume down a little bit, and the octave, which I engaged partway through, was about halfway up. But when I tweak the pedals, or tweak the controls a little bit, and you can see what it does. Okay, so the one thing I really love about this is it responds to your guitar's volume. So right now, I'm on the bridge pickup with the volume down. You know, nice, modest tone. But when you get into it a little bit, so a very expressive pedal. And with these P90s, it really sings. And maybe it's because it's kind of an old design and this is a very old guitar. But let's try it with something a little bit more modern, shall we? Something humbuckery. So with humbuckers, let's see. You know, amazingly, we are not at all loud. I mean, it's like conversation level. And it's interesting how, okay, it goes from pretty clean, and that's clean, man. But just dial it in a little bit. And that last little turn, it gets nasty. So let's turn up the fuzz and just see how nasty it is halfway. Okay, and everything else I'm gonna leave flat for now. You know, dynamically, you bring it back, it's really pretty sweet, but man, it gets dirty. What the hell, let's bring her all the way up there. Let's dime this pig. Let's put on the octave just to really annoy the neighbors. Man, that's like that crazy, you know, foxy lady stuff where you could, you know, paintings begin to shake on the walls and things like that. So yeah, it gets very, very, very nasty all the way up there. So let me bring it down to a more reasonable level and mess with this EQ and show what it does. This EQ can almost give you like a cocked wah tone. It's amazing. All that stuff is basically 2 strings, but they sound so huge. Anyway, very cool tone. Why don't we just give one more flavor of flat out single coil so you can hear what it does with that. Okay, here's my Valley Arts Telly. Here's a bass tone. Pretty cool, nothing wrong with that. Let's try with this thing. Wow, right? That is huge. And again, we're not particularly loud. I think I like it best with single coils because it's such a huge chunk of tones there. I mean, it covers everything from the very low to the ultra high. So I think when you got that extra bottom end and mid range of a humbucker, it seems like almost too much information, but this, a narrower signal, really works well. Bring in a little bit more of this, and let's, just for fun, add that octave, maybe down a little bit. Whoa, it's a little more, actually that's a lot more aggressive with that high end in there. Let me try it without the octave. Bring down that tone and bring the octave back up with it a little dirtier. Okay, that is undeniably awesome. So those are the basic details of the orange fur coat. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. We have endless hours of guitar geekery. This is John Bollinger. Till next time.
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.